Hi, I'm Chris. Welcome to our next video. Today what we're going to be doing is showing you the extended logging feature of our Wlink WL-R520 industrial router, and I'm going to hand over to Stephen Dershvelusi, our technical director, who's going to take you through that feature.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon to go through the new extended logger function supported by the Wlink industrial routers. For those of you that are familiar with the industrial Wlink router range, you'll know that there is by standard a logging feature supported on the router. This is used to generate debug log files so that you can essentially analyze any abnormal behaviors either on the network or on the routing side. The standard feature supports roughly a 3 to 4 minute logging time interval. Thereafter the log starts to rewrite itself. This can become problematic in the event that you don't necessarily have someone on site monitoring your router to grab the log in the event that something does go wrong. So Wlink have introduced an extended memory stick that can now get plugged into the router board internally in the casing. So you'll have no difference from the external enclosure you're familiar with, but you'll have a extended storage available on the router itself. So I'm going to basically be taking you through the unboxing of this new router and how you would set up the router and how you'd actually configure the settings to be able to have this extended log generated. Alright, let's get started so we can show you what this router is all about. Okay, so as you see when we open up the box, we've basically got the unit here. Okay, along with the unit it comes with all sort of required accessories. Okay, this includes your DC power supply, your Ethernet cable, two LTE antennas. This is for the MIMO LTE connectivity, some mounting brackets, and the Wi-Fi. Okay, so now you know what comes with the router. Now I'm actually going to get to how you're going to set everything up. Okay, for starters, what we need to do is you'll notice there's a little SIM tray cover here that we need to remove so that we can put our SIM card inside. Okay, you'll notice that this actually has a dual SIM slot, so you can have two different network SIM cards simultaneously inside the router. Okay, for the purpose of this demo, I'm just going to insert a single SIM into the primary SIM slot. Okay, moving on from there, we need to then connect our LTE antennas. So we've got a primary port, and we've got an auxiliary port. So now those that are familiar with the router, you'll know the last port is intended for a Wi-Fi antenna. So now we've connected our SIM card, our antennas, and we're pretty much ready to power them up. So using the DC power supply that comes with the router, we're going to power them up. Now we are set to pretty much connect to our router, so we can set it up and configure the extended logger. So I'm just going to, for now, for the setup, connect over our LAN. I'm just going to plug it into any of the LAN ports and into my router, into my computer. Okay, so now we connected to the router over Ethernet. By default, the router is going to assign my computer an IP address as DHCP is enabled. And I'm going to log into the router by opening up a web browser and navigating to 192.168.1.1. Alright, I've logged into the router web-based GUI now, so I can set everything up. I'm going to start by logging into the cellular menu so that I can change my APNs, and that is pretty much network specific. So for now, I'm just using a public Telkom mobile SIM card, so I'm going to configure the public internet APN. Once we've configured our APN, we will be navigating to the logging menu and administration. Under the logging menu, all we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the checkbox is enabled for the customized log path, and confirm that the path written there is matching that on the slide. Once we've set up the cellular menu and we've checked the logging menu, we can now navigate to the storage menu under administration. This is where we can actually access the internal USB drive. What you'll see now is every 3 to 4 minutes a new log file will appear in this web page. What's happening there is every 3 to 4 minutes, instead of the log file overwriting itself, it's now saving that log file to the USB memory stick, and that USB memory stick is a non-volatile memory, which means that in the event of a power outage or just repowering the router, you will be able to actually still extract those logs at a later stage. With the significant enough USB memory storage device inserted in your router, you can now log events happening on the router for up to months at a time. This has given you a good enough insight into the new extended logger feature supported by the Wlink routers. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. If you need any further information apart from what's been covered here, our contact details will pop up shortly, so please do not hesitate to get in touch with us. Thank you so much.